Good evening, RPG Limit Break. We've got Final Fantasy Randomizer Fall 2025 Night of the Tentacles action. This is the last semi-final race between the Trash Island Fire Department, the Merry Band of Misfits, the Kraken Snacking Club, and the Confused Old Man. I am Classic Gamer 76. Joining me in the booth is DM Stuart 83. How's it going, DM?
Going well. DM Stewart 1981 here. How are we doing tonight?
I am doing pretty good. I am ready to see this. We have got some spicy tri-state action. We have no idea what is going to happen seed-wise, but we do know that a party draft is an option, and I am seeing a lot of the same party.
No? Yeah, that's... Well, but it's also a very standard party to see.
That's the only divergence I see is Zenobian has a red mage, unless I am missing something here.
That is correct. Zenobian has a red mage, everyone else has a white mage.
Yep, so pretty standard. Was it? Of course, we don't know.
I have not looked and seen what the blurrsings are either.
Neither have I, so that might be something interesting to find out. Our tracker, of course, might put that up in chat for us, or maybe we just guess it as we go. That's fun because they may or may not start with some key items. Last second restream crew moons were all blind. Good point by our tracker in chat. And we don't know if Improved Darkness is on. That's one of the many tri-stated flags.
Yeah. Yeah, we had tri-state restream and comms crew. We didn't know if we were going to have one until right before the race.
Pretty much, but some of the tri-states include, we have early open progression for sure, but extended open is tri-state, Northern Docks is tri-state, pretty much anything else under Overworld edits is tri-state. We may or may not have stuff with Shine Nexus, which may or may not include downs. Martian Desert tiles may or may not deal damage, but you don't have lethal damage tiles.
Oof.
Entrances may be shuffled. Deadheads may be included. Floors may be included. Towers may be included. We might have our entrances mixed.
Yeah, we might. Oh, that makes things nervous.
It does. Castle Ordeals Pillars is tri-state. Usually that's on, so we'll see if they hit that and find that it's vanilla. One of the few places that's actually certain to be an incentive is, in fact, Ordeals. Titan's Trove is tri-state. Bahamut's Horde is tri-state. Hall of Dragons is tri-state. So you could go through a Hall of Dragons and find no Horde. Or you could go through Hall of Dragons and find a tail in there. We might have 400-foot dungeons. We might have Confused Old Men. We might have a Lefanian Superstore. We might have Shuffled Provoker Shops. And the Vampire may or may not attack some random down, but it won't be Canaria. We may or may not have Better Trap Treasure. We may or may not have Objective NTCs. We may or may not have random weapons and armor and Caster and Elite Gear in the shops. We may or may not have Spellcrafter. We may or may not have Unrunnable shuffled. We may or may not have surprise bonuses shuffled. Scripts and spells may or may not be shuffled, but for bosses there will be no consecutive nuke or nuclear. Enemy shift may or may not be shuffled, and skills and spells may or may not be shuffled. We might have buffed pirates. We might have buffed Vastos. We might have alternate fiends. We might fight Bahamut, who might be buffed. And I could go on and on.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a pretty standard party choice here. What do you think? I mean, usually you have the thief for running, got the fighter for the big hits. Mages, mostly white mages, but one red mage. I haven't seen the blurrsings yet, so I'll be curious to see why they took the white mage. And we're off.
Well, we don't have any changed locations so far, but that doesn't guarantee anything.
We do not have Spellcrafter, and level 1 Life 2 is nice, and level 1 Harm 4 for that White Mage is nice.
Yeah, that might get me to on Zenobian's side to just completely to re-roll my party to get that Harm 4. Oh, ribbon +5 in the shop. Hello.
That is nice to see.
Opal +3. Hello. That's some nice, that's some spicy meatball.
Indeed, Zeus Bonk as well, which isn't the best armor-wise, but free early lit too, yes please.
I see a light axe in there too, and a floater in the shop in Corneria.
Yep, fun fact, one of those tri-state flags is airboat.
Oh, we may have airboat. That is also interesting. And already we have Shidell and Kumo. Shidell and Kumo already win this race because map derp. Because googly eyes on Temple of Fiends. Coral Sword +2. That's not half bad.
Especially for that thief. Opal Bonk will be great vendor money.
Right? Welcome, Possum Morpheus, raiding with a party of 38.
And Sunflash, our tracker, saying he saw a cube in someone's items, also adamant and shine. So some of the classes are starting with items. So, you know, that might be why they took particular party members.
What you took.
You know, Kumo takes Garland like he was Lich. Slap from the king and adamant from the princess. So, where do you head going there? You've got the temptation to go to dwarves, but there's always the items and magic and Provoca. Well, if you're Shum, you're heading to dwarves.
Yeah, that's not a bad. That's really not a bad place to go.
Except that you reset out of it. That's interesting. Meanwhile, Zenobian is heading over to check out Maitoya. And just some money and he resets out.
Kumo doing bridge boss. And Zenobian heading into. Okay, it looks like we may have some. We've got some shuffled stuff because that's Lefane.
Yep. Lupa. And he didn't check to see whether it was the superstore.
Well, probably we'll check when he comes back to actually get the Lefane item.
And Rich Bork in chat pointing out that Possum Morpheus wants to start a war in chat early in the broadcast with Vorpal Love. Well, I love the Vorpal.
Well, that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. Looks like it's probably just town shuffle, not full-on entrance shuffle.
Meanwhile, we have the ship from Smithy McBeard's sword, so that floater was for sale in Canaria. We could find out whether we have airship or not. Or airboat. Kumo now in Dwarves is going to pick up. That Pro-Cape's actually pretty nice early armor, and of course he's going to get his ship. Get blocked by the Hooray Dwarf.
And Gaia at Elfland. So
Choom, I like this play. He's going to talk to the hint giver in Lefane. Oxyale's hidden in Dwarves, so that's got to be Lyric. Or perhaps behind the key lock. And no Superstore.
no Superstore. Sad day. So Chime is in Sea Shrine. That's good to know.
Meanwhile, Zenobia making his way top side of Marsh. He's looking to see maybe if there's some loose. We may or may not have loose, but the Tri-States.
Yeah, Tri-States make things interesting.
Indeed, Silver Helmet +4, not a bad find for that fighter, actually.
For that fighter, heck, for that white mage. And Katana +4.
Oh, that is great when you have a thief. I did mention my Vorpal love. I love katanas too.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I like it when I have a ninja. I do not like the Vorpal in general. Yep, always Marsh. Well, in this case, Marsh is kind of the only option.
And we get a ruby in there. Black shirt is nice. Free AoE. Good.
Free AoE, Ice 2.
Post-promo armor for everyone's black mage.
Yeah. And with the way the Tri-States are going, you can't not check. You can't not check incentives. Oh, Une was with the Elf Prince, so.
Yep. So, Slab, we can, and I believe wasn't the Canal in Lefane? I might have seen that, so that might be our progression, and then allow us to get somewhere with the ruby, either talk to Sarda or
Right.
Titan's Trove is also Tri-State. Of course, Airboat could be on, and our progression could actually be back in Canaria.
It could, in fact, be there. Do we have lockpicking on, or is that another one of the Tri-States?
Lockpicking was not on, but interestingly, Unlocked Topher is Tri-State.
Well, what I was really thinking was if lockpicking was on for purposes of Corneria locked.
Yes, which is another known incentive.
But you are right. That could be it. We could be airboat progression.
Well, Xeno's trying to get out of Marsh with Mux having really mucked up his party.
Yeah, they have.
Just reflect me. I did see a tail in there.
That could that possibly have been the red mage?
That is possible.
Oh, no, no. Shaidel's just going to the inn. Zenobian is going to go to the clinic of shame. The clinic that's as far away from the entrance of town as possible. And we have recruitment at clinics.
Looks like it was a black mage that was recruitable there. RNG Shadow has translated his slab and is getting the canoe. That opens up a lot.
That opens up a lot. That opens up airship if we don't have airboat, which it looks like we do not.
It also opens up Crescent, Volcano, and Ice. Jay Shadell, he's not going for that floater right away. He's probably looking to pick up that free potential item in Crescent.
No, he's got the floater. Shaidel's got the floater.
Oh, yes, he is heading right towards the Yukon Desert. He definitely has the floater. So Jay Shadell is our first one in the air at, wow, 5 seconds. Almost the timers didn't start.
About the... let me find my time. At about 12 minutes even, let's call it.
All right, black level 3, lock 2, fire 3, zap. Not bad. That's it, you love seeing that. That was Red Mage learnable. Bruise, Cure 4, Heal 3 at level 4 white. And Sarda has the red apparently. And Nuke level 4. Zenobian heading looks like... Oh, he's going to see... Ooh, improved fire from... The Grimps is not kind. But we do not have the Bridge of Lefane, which is what Zenobian was trying to find out. And I missed what was in Sarda.
I didn't see it either. I was looking over at something. I was looking over at something on my other screen. Rod at Sarda, thank you, Sunflash. Thank you. Thank you for tracker and restreamer, Sunflash.
Yes, MVP of the broadcast. Of course, I think we just noted 2 minutes ago that an NPC hint gave her said that we sort of had the rod.
And we have Vanilla Melmond, with Bahamut and Fighty Bahamut.
Yeah, the question is he buffed? Because if he is, Jay Shidell, well, he's got nothing to lose because he'll just, and he just resets out. Nice stuff for sale, Melmon. We had the defense sword +5, Thor hammer, free AoE, and if you really want to attack with the white wizard, you could.
Yeah. And Shidell headed for Earth Cave. And gonna go check out the giants.
Yep. And that's not a good grind tile.
Nor is that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know that I wouldn't be checking the chests.
Yeah, I have to agree. And no, cobras have glance. That's friendly.
Ooh. That's... that is a thing. That is a script. The other reason I'd be checking chests, the other reason I would check I might check the chests on the first floor of Earth is to see what the Earth elemental tile is.
Yes, because that was another potential grind. Jay Shadow, interesting. He's gonna grab
Go to
TFC
TFC.
Earth.
Ooh. That friendly chest. Here's the thing, you know something in Earth has rolled nasty. It's just how it goes. Something in there has rolled bad.
Yeah. And we already got a preview with Cobras, but of course there could be more than one thing that's rolled nasty in Earth.
Oh yeah, usually it's more than one thing has rolled nasty. That's just nasty.
And mummies are unrunnable, fun. And they have gaze.
Also fun. Now it could be worse. Could be worse. I vetted a seed. Gerpedes. I vetted a seed for a set of the words. Words are hard. Advanced beginner a couple weeks ago for the duckling seed that had unrunnable stone touch gargoyles.
As if gargoyles weren't annoying enough already.
They get like 8 hits, and they have stone touch, and they're unrunnable. Yeah, that seed did not make the cut. Elfland at Crescent, Provoca at Gaia, and I'm not sure why Shun didn't go straight up to take care of those pirates.
Or indeed to check level 2 magic.
Yeah, or to check level 2 magic. Because Shun isn't in on the joke that we have randomized NPC locations.
Yep, although he's about to find out. It should be the Elf Doctor.
It is the Elf Doctor.
We didn't see any Hall of Dragons encounters.
So that must not be on.
Or Shum got lucky. Ice armor is not a bad find in Earth Armory. And Zenobian picks up a white shirt. That's nice. Always love some free Invis 2, some good armor for a white wizard. Saber bar +2 for Shumbabi. Nice find there. That, of course, is the incentive for Cardia.
Oh yeah, he has to be in on that joke because he has to turn in the slab at the Elf Doctor location to get the canoe. But that does tell him, oh, white shirt. Shun gets a white shirt.
And Aegis +5 found in Lich's closet by Jay Shidell. Of course, it's also possible he forgot. It's like, forgetting that Sarda had the rod and wondering what was it, Sarda
Yes.
2 minutes later.
And Shidell running down to go after a lich.
Or
And
whatever is in Lich's spot.
We have on-rack at on-rack. Oh, we have randomized fiends too?
We have tri-stated alternate fiends.
Hmm. That's right. Everything is tri-state. Shoot, I'm gonna go check Waterfall. That's a gas D. That's a nice grind fight. I don't. Oh, unrunnable nightmares. Ouch.
Yeah.
No, get out. That's a get out of there.
Indeed. Meanwhile, guess what was in the Earth Fiend spot? Hi, Lich. And this looks like a vanilla script that does a number on Jay Scheidel's party.
Yeah, well, oh. What's our scaling like?
Scaling isn't too bad, but Jay Scheidel is pretty low level. Oh, that's cute. Lets you use fast. And then, as soon as I joke about it, he bodies the thief and puts him flat on his face.
Yeah, that'll happen. Oh!
Hold is very high accuracy. And, ooh, slow hits. This is trouble. Sleep, I don't know if it landed. It doesn't matter. Jay Scheidel is down.
Because punch matters. Because punch happens.
Yep.
Vanilla boss scripts. Ouch.
Yep, vanilla bosses and the scripts, which means Chaos is going to have Cure 4.
Or Opal Armor +5. And a vanilla cube. Which Shum resets out of.
He might have started with a cube, but I don't think he checked all the chests. Sometimes you get good treasure in there.
There was some good treasure in there. There was Opal Armor. There was Pro Ring. Scheidel gonna go make another. Gonna go take another crack at Lich. Which may or may not be a good idea.
Well, he knows that Lich's scripts are vanilla. Of course, if he doesn't have his Thief and White Mage, I'm not sure how far he's really going to get. Well, he's checking more chests, and he finds an Ice +3 sword, which is much better than it looked like it was wielding a silver axe, but he resets out of it.
I don't blame Scheidel for saying let's go and do some other stuff and see if we can't find something that'll be more efficient to take out a Lich, like some XP.
I think I saw that he had Zap. That's a fun gamble, but it's also probably not worth the risk when you have to walk all the way down. Chibarbi, meanwhile, is in Ordeals. These are looking awfully vanilla.
Yeah. Like I think Shum is gonna just assume that it is vanilla at this point. That's not a good grind tile, but it's worth checking.
Yes.
Or not. It's not quite vanilla.
French vanilla, that's actually worse than some of those.
Almost worse.
Random ones. Zenobian about to join Shimbabi and Ordeals. Flame Sword +1 is not bad, especially if you didn't pick up that Ice +3. TNT, and I know I think it was mentioned what Nara gave, but if I can't remember Sarda having the rod 2 minutes later, there's no way I'm remembering this. That was not the incentive box, but I think that shuffled Lilacs plus 3 is a nice find, though. Jay Shidell in Provoca. Life 1, among other things. Couple things in black. Confused Saber, Lock. Stop, I believe, was the other one. Oh, there's an Ice Sword plus 3 for sale. Don't know if the pirates are buffed, so Jay Shadell should hopefully be a high enough level not to... Oh, he's not going to take them on right now. He's going to play it safe there. Now, Zenobian is exiting ordeals. Has his TNT. And a good point in chat, Oon and the elf guy do look a lot alike.
They do.
Jay Shidell in Ice Cave. Cave that's almost as equally as popular as Earth or Marsh.
I like Ice Cave, especially if I'm looking for a grind tile, because there are 5 different spike tiles in ice.
That is true, and actually Warp makes ice not too bad. Was that a Masa plus 3? Now you have an in-game weapon that you don't need to promote for.
Yes. You're still going to want to promote because Katana plus 4. But Kumo finally gets that canoe.
And that Masa plus 3 can help make that Katana plus 4 a wieldable thing, because we have seen it fight Bahamut's on.
Yes. Grump with fire, and that might have been a... Hey, Shun found some sandwiches. Tasty, tasty sandwiches.
Shun is naturally going to take them down, get some nice experience.
We got a sandwich tile. That seems like a place to hang out.
Indeed. That's not where Shun was, but Jay Shidell knows about it. That might help after his unfortunate encounter with a Lich.
And his unfortunate encounter with a Bahamut.
Yeah, so they were set out of that pretty quickly. Bahamut wasn't like after Hall of Dragons or anything. Oh, 5 Invis too. Nice to see.
Love to see it at a lower level, but...
Jay Shadell, meanwhile, snacking on some sandwiches. The Masas make great sandwich cutters.
Yes, they do. They slice that sandwich up real efficiently. And Shun gonna try out.
Yep. So we'll get a taste of whether he's buffed or not. And that does not bode well. Oh, if he doesn't have a lot of armor, Bahamut could easily do 103. Actually, Buff Bahamut could easily do a lot worse.
Yeah, Buff Bahamut could do a whole lot worse than that.
Yeah.
Oh, Blaze. Ow.
What in the blazes, Bahamut? Shinobi also trying to take down Bahamut. Inferno. Okay, Bahamut means business today.
And Shum turns in that TNT and gets the herb.
Right, so we know the Elf Doctor's all the way down where Bahamut usually is.
We also... oh, he must have already turned in the adamant.
Yep, and Sunflash Runer, excellent tracker, pointed out in chat that the crown is in ice. Astos may be buffed.
And Titans is going to have an Arn Helm, a Wood Stick, Gold, and a Hass. So no incentive there.
Nope, Zenobian's going to pick up his rod from Sarda. I finally remember has it.
And so will Shum.
Shadel heading into Volcano. Zenobian going to get some very disappointing news about the Earth tiles. He is checking the hairpins.
Well, when you think there's a good chance there's loose items, you check the hairpins.
Exactly. He found an opal shield, which, if he remembers, he found an Aegis +5 in Earth. And Shum's going to go turn in his herb.
Some EXPs that Shidell doesn't even bother with. Oh, Shum's going to take a couple of these. That's a Sun -1. Sunsword -1, which is something which I would actually take that to use on that Lich. Hass, some money. Woodhelm is no thing. Money, more money. A lot of couch cash. A lot of couch cash here in the Volcano Armory.
And some Cerebuses. With fire too.
That's that I believe is part of their vanilla script. Shidell gonna exit out, save, and
to your point, I agree about using that Sunsword on Lich because weapon on Mana Bones was like 38. It's going to be stronger than that Masa. Which a Flame +1 is also a tempting option.
So Ruse Stick for that herb. Chanigan in chat points out that the Ruse Stick for the herb. I would not. Poo-poo that Ruse Stick.
Yeah, I would not be disappointed there because Ruse Sticks can be great, especially against the.
Especially against a punchy fiend.
Yes.
Put that Ruse Stick on that ninja. Get a couple stacks of. Get a max evade stack on that ninja at the front. Or even get a max evade, get a couple of stacks of ruse on the... There's another ribbon.
Always love to see ribbons.
Especially when you see +5 with them. Yes, the Mazda was in ice in the chest guarded by what's usually the mage tile. So the right-hand chest on the incentive floor.
Meanwhile, Shum's going to pick up all his pocket cash in Volcano Armory. Probably be rather disappointed, but move on. Zenobia being reminded of one of the odder things about the game is that the wear sword cannot be used by a thief.
Ah. Silver Cheerio +5. I like seeing that.
That's some pretty good armor.
That's some pretty not bad armor. Shidell. Heal potion. My brother who lives about 60 miles away. Heal pots. Use the heal pots. Thank you.
Zenobia finding that ice armor in Earth Armory. Gonna pick that up.
Arachnids, as long as they don't have gold +1, we've got a silver +5.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one more defense. It's not worth it. It's not worth the menu time. Yeah, it's absolutely not worth taking the menu time to do that.
I would have to agree.
Rich Bork points out in chat, even experienced runners take extra steps in dungeons. His advice to a new runner, which is also my advice to a new runner, is learn efficient routing so you don't have to unlearn it. And Rich, how many times when we were co-op partners did you hammer me about efficient routing in dungeons?
So Flashroom pointing out in chat, Carrie hitting like a truck. Meanwhile, Zenobian's pulling up Licho. He's going to learn that the scripts are vanilla or not, because Lich didn't hang around long enough.
Well, yeah, we know Carrie's going to hit like a truck. Vanilla Fiend scripts. Carrie's always going to hit like a truck.
And it looks like Improved Dark is on, because that thief just swung with that Masa and missed.
Ooh.
The Clutch Harm 4 takes down Carrie for Jay Shidell, who walks and does a heal pot up to the orb altar, but gets away with it.
Yeah, that's... And Shidell brings the mage back, or brings the black mage back up. And we have an orblet on 2. Count them 2 runners.
Zenobian going to use the warp trip, and he's about to be...
Use the warp trick. Doesn't have charges.
Ouch.
That... Which means Zenobian may miss that Maza.
Yeah. Or may see when he goes back around and be like, I could have had this a few minutes already.
Well, but he won't, because he won't be able to, because he can't get to that chest from the inside.
Oh, he'd have to redive it. And will he think it's worth it?
Yeah, he probably will not redive it.
Right. Sunflash Runner Tracker pointing out battle from Astos, so that means we can finally go into Gaia and pop that bottle. Astos did not appear to be buffed. And the crystal, so back to Matoya's. Pain Sword +3 for Sailing Gaia, that's not bad. And one thing I would consider is that Dragon +2 sword. That could be very useful for Bahamut. Especially in the hand of a thief.
It could be extremely useful.
Blue Bear pointing out in the chat, not a single buff pirates during the semis. Wow, that's RNG or RNG.
And Shum finds that Aegis Shield +5, and drops an Opal Bonk to get it. Xeno did not get the Masa in Ice, Sunflash, to answer you in chat. The Masa was on the right side chest, the mage tile guarded chest in Ice.
So we have a Katana +4 and a Thief, so missing the Masa isn't the end of the world. Though it sure doesn't help.
It sure doesn't help. So Xeno was intending to get that chest, but didn't have a charge of warp to do it.
So we'll have to ask him about it after the race. June takes down his Lich, lights his Earth Orb, heads back the other direction.
Xeno gets the herb from the TNT turn in.
Wait, Kumu, unless he went there, nope, he would be good there. Like he has his ice armor.
Xeno is okay. I was gonna say Xeno heads for Elf Castle, forgetting that that's not where the Elf Doctor is. But instead, Xeno is going to turn in that bottle.
Right, so he will get his crystal,
which will open up Matoya check.
Meanwhile, Jace Scheidel is looking for some revenge against Lich.
I'm not entirely I have no idea what Shum is doing. What Shum is doing.
Yeah, this is interesting. He's walking out. He wants to check a chest, but
chest checking. Checking our TFT.
Yeah. I do have to wonder if it wouldn't have been quicker to exit and go back down, but he's experienced racer. I'm not.
Yeah, Shum's a better racer than I am.
Now Kumo's taking on a Lich.
That's a key. So that bottle eventually becomes the key.
That will open Canaria Lock, which is incentive. And we haven't seen a loot yet, I don't think.
We have not. And that is a ruse stick. Shum is going to go find out that the Hall of Giants tiles are not worth it. Zenobian is going to go check Elf Locked, Elf Treasury, which has Couch Cash, and an Arn Armor, which is nothing. Scheidel, please go promote. Please go promote now.
He's going to turn his crystal first.
And that is going to get that key. Because that's going to get you that's going to get you the use of that katana. Let's be fair, he's going to go check the Corneria Treasury. Words are hard. Opal Helm, money. Paper Cut, Silver Dagger, Great Axe.
Yeah, get that fish head off. Fine sword.
So what? Yeah, you have two great swords. Why would you get a garbage sword?
I didn't see the garbage storage. I just saw Vorpal +3, but it's
To
actually a fair point because that Masa is also +3.
it's not a long walk. Bahamut is in Melmond. Scheidel gets the cash out of there. Remembers that that was Dr. Une. No there. You have a katana, you have a Masamune. Why would you bother with paper cuts?
You want to give the Masa to the White Wizard, perhaps, and there's the other katana.
Scheidel, just go promote. You know where it is.
I'm going to take down his Astos.
Oh, that's not a bad grind tile. That's not a bad grind tile either. 2 blue Ds?
That's not bad at all. Especially if you promote and have that katana.
Yeah, especially if you promote and get katana and have the katana and the Masa going. He's going to check Dwarf Treasury. I don't mind checking Dwarf Treasury. I actually don't mind checking those tiles there. It's actually more efficient to go around the other direction if you're just going to the Treasury. It's more efficient to go around to the left. There's an Oxyale.
Yep, I think we saw a hint giver about a long time ago, and something was in C, but I forgot what.
Sea Shrine had the chime, I think?
Shoe meanwhile picking up his key.
I do not remember where the loot was. I'm trying to follow 4 screens. Trying to follow 4 racers at once, and
Shaidel's taking on Bahamut. Ooh, come for damage.
Amasa, which does not do a whole lot of damage.
I didn't see what that fighter was wielding, but it wasn't a dragon sword.
It's a sun. It's the sun -1.
Yeah, the dragon +2 is going to be better in this situation, but it's enough to get through. That's what matters. Doesn't need to worry about the sun sword now.
Get through, and actually, I'm going to say this, Scheidel promotes at exactly the perfect level, because it gets him to level 15 as he promotes. And if you know the mechanics, you know that level 15 is where you start getting magic charges on your promoted fighter or thief, or promoted knight or ninja, I should say.
Meanwhile, Zenobia takes down a hard-hitting, as if there was another kind, Kraken, and lights his water orb. Now, one thing we don't know is whether we have Black Knight or White Ninja on.
But we can find that. Out very quickly by with the trip to Corneria. Although Scheidel may or may not even bother with that, because it looks like he is headed straight for. I was going to say, it looked like he was headed straight for Onrak, but he is headed straight for Sky.
Yep. Meanwhile, Shun takes down his Bahamut and he's promoted.
Sky, of course, provides. TNT turn-in was Herb. TNT turn-in was Herb, Sunflash, which went to the Ruse Stick. And Kumo gets that Masa +3.
So we'll be happy to see that.
Scheidel looking hard for that. Must be the loot. That's the only thing That's the only thing that he still needs.
Kumo making his way through ice, so he's going to find those sandwiches pretty shortly.
We are not quite in go mode because Scheidel needs a loot. Scheidel at least needs a loot. And he's gonna fully... Yeah, whenever Scheidel or Zenobian finds the loot, then they are going to be in go mode. Shum is in fact in go mode.
Maybe, because... Okay, now this is the key. I'm not careful, we don't know if you actually need the key, but we might not find out. Meanwhile, Zenobian taking on Tiamat and getting reminded she has Thunder in her vanilla scripts. J-Shadow finds the tail up in sky, so that means the tail was a starting key item for the characters. Zenobian takes down Tia. I didn't see what happened. Don't know if he baned her or not.
Not sure if it was Bane or if it was just hacking at her. And Scheidel running through
Shum's taking down Carrie. Scheidel screaming towards Tiamat. Kumo's munching on some sandwiches. Zenobian back in ice, maybe to go check a chest he missed, and it's going to be interesting to see if he has one of those pauses when he sees what's in there.
Nope. Probably going for the sandwiches.
Yep, most likely. So he's going to walk right by that masa twice.
Already has.
Kumo picks up his crown. Interesting. If you remember that he didn't get that chest, and you'd think maybe he would check it real quick. That's unfortunate.
Scheidel drop lights the air orb. Checks his items, realizes there's no loot. Was it maybe the crown turn-in? Was it maybe the Astos turn-in?
Thought Astos had something else, and Sunflash makes a good point in chat. He has a lot of gear as it is. He doesn't necessarily need the masa, which is true, but it is nice to have.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sunflash. I want to give a huge shout out to Sunflash Rune, who has been both restreamer and tracker for us tonight.
Tracking 4 people with these flags, that is no small feat.
Yeah, tracking 4 people with these flags, fast at level 6. That's... You love to find fast, but it's not where you like to find it.
And there's our loot.
There's our loot. Old Men at Crescent Lake. Well, Old Men of Crescent Lake at Lefane.
All right, Bobby heading up the fight tee. I have a hard time really deciding who's in the lead. Zenobian just needs one more orb, and he needs to get his loot.
Shidell, meanwhile, in go mode.
Kumo taking on Kerry. Goodbye, Black Mage.
It's a canal that doesn't really do anything. But is going to be able to check that level 2 magic and get life. Potentially get life also on his ninja.
No, the ninja did not have his hands up and did have it for the black magic.
Knight.
So, yeah. So we actually do not have Black Knight or White Ninja on.
I think Shidell's just trying to remember where
Interesting, he's boating somewhere.
I think Shidell's trying to remember where Onrak was.
Chu, meanwhile, takes down Tia.
Oh, Shidell's boating to Onrak so he can sail around and get the so he can sail around to the Temple of Fiends entrance. I'm with you, Chan. Again, I do not understand this. We will have to ask him when he pops into interview afterwards.
Kumo, meanwhile, gets his crystal. Jay Shadell heading in the sea, not even bothering with the mermaids. He has a Kraken on his mind. Kumo picks up his key. Level 34 on Zenobian's fighter, which is how high level do you really think you need on the fighter?
I'm a bad person to ask that question because Rich can attest. Rich and chat can attest. I tend to overlevel. What Topher do we have on?
That I am not sure of. Meanwhile, Kumo picks up a fine blue sword.
Yes. Meanwhile, Kumo picks up folded paper. Okay, it's random Topher, so if we get long Topher, the price, the time price of a wipe is high enough that I don't want it.
Jay Shadell taking on Kraken. Big hit to the knight who delivers her big hit back. Big hit to the ninja. Another big hit from the knight. Pass on the ninja. White shirt definitely needs some evasion. This Kraken has some HP to him.
Well, yeah,
Anymore,
but
doesn't.
Shadell gets him down, and that is all 4 orbs lit.
Shoot him with the interesting zapping the Kraken strats, which, I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah, it could be short no refights and you YOLO chaos. It could be long and ow. Okay, Zenobian is just looking to max out this fighter.
Yeah, he is betting that it's going to be a long, unpleasant Topher.
Which, given that it's Fall League, it's hard to say it's wrong to bet on long, unpleasant Topher.
That is quite true. Meanwhile, Shum takes down Kraken. An interesting question is, does Zenobian promote? Because with that fighter, Bahamut really should not be too much of a problem.
Yeah, I'm with Sunflash on that. I have to assume that based on where he was, his mathing said the boat ride is faster. XCal plus 5.
Yep, and notice this is a short Topher.
It is short Topher. And that's a smart play to go out and save.
Yep,
And
keep that
oh,
XCal.
I know what he's doing. I know what Shum is doing. Shum is keeping the Masa ready for chaos, but using XCal for the first. Using XCal for the Fiend refights.
I like it. You get that bonus with the XCal and the Fiend refights, but Chaos does not have any weaknesses. So Rich and K to the right, that is definitely the route to take. Jay Scheidel also seeing the XCal, and he's going to pick it up. This is really close. No, Zenobian's actually not that far behind because he's taking a highly over-leveled fighter and going to take out Carry. He's not going to be able to get any use of XCal, but this fighter is going to be pretty powerful.
Yeah. Scheidel doing the same thing. And using that loot, that harp. Finds Tia. Finds a Tia refight.
Arab, I like it. It protects against that. Chaos is lead off crack.
Just say no to crack, kids. Shun pulls that, Shun pulls the chaos. Scheidel gonna find out that he's got to refight Tia and Kraken too.
Yeah, I'm gonna feel reset upon seeing Kraken too. It was like, I should go the other way. Chaos with his vanilla scripts is actually pretty nasty. Now, Heal 3 comes out too late. But that fighter is still up. That fighter is in nuke range, though. Does have to worry about that.
Not anymore.
Jay Scheidel continues against Kraken 2, even though he now knows that. I'm pretty sure if he wipes, he's going to. Yeah, he resets and he's going to go the other way.
Oh, and that's slow too. And
Yeah.
there's the Tier 4.
And now without the out the multiple hits. I wonder if he's going to have the DPS to get through this before the next Tier 4.
I mean, Shum is now in hold A and pray mode.
And fighting the second slot, he is not as likely to get that RNG, and he wipes out. Zenobia, meanwhile, is going to take down Bahamut, so especially when he sees that X-Cal +5, he's probably not going to be too worried about that Masa that he didn't find.
Shum takes out a Lich too. Shidel carry too. And on the way. I don't like that.
A Koopa looting Sky. I wonder what he is looking for.
I don't like not switching the Maza to the fighter. Is your white mage really going to do that much damage? Your white mage really not just going to be a heal bot for you?
I have to agree. On the white mage, I did not see who was putting on the fighter. With the X-Cal on there, I would have to agree. If you put the Vorpal on there, okay, I can understand.
No, he did switch to the Vorpal.
I mean, the crits are nice. I don't know if this is a scaling where they are that essential. But we have 2 runners now on Chaos.
Yes. And Shidel pulled first. I mean, he's not even using the Maza.
I mean, maybe once he's defensed up, he would, but he's probably going to be curing at that point. Unfortunately, Slow Tube does not land on that night.
And there goes the Cure 4, and now we burn. Now we burn down everything.
Good hit from the Ninja.
274, 674.
Now,
Another
257
more. Gets a lock off. 4 for 363. Crack. Just say no to crack.
Your A-Rod and your ribbons. Meanwhile, Zenobian is now entering Topher.
240. 142. Come on.
So he
Come on, burn through that hell. That's it. We've got a GG. Get your GGs out in chat for Jay Shidel.
Finishes official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 9 minutes on the dot. Well, Shum is not far behind him. He is also on Chaos. Fire 3 from Chaos. Tickle damage. Harm 4. Decent damage for Harm 4. 2 at 73. Not great. 5 hits, 11-14 out of that Masa. Not bad there. 112 out from Nuke.
And GGJ Shidel.
Good evening.
So saw in the chat, Racetime chat, that you were going to blame Sunflash for everything, but now that you've won, what do you think of his seed rolling?
I'm still gonna blame Sunny that I can't take very good notes.
Okay, all right, no, you're bringing me a drink in the morning. That's what you're doing, sir. GG.
Get your GGs out in chat.
GG Shum.
Yes, he finishes at 1 hour, 10 minutes on the dot.
Not far back.
We're both on the dot.
Back. Shum actually pulled chaos before you did, the first podcast for the first time before you did, but wiped.
Yeah, I was watching on the delay. I did not realize they were vanilla scripts. So wow.
So Shidell, we have a question in chat from Rich Bork, and it's the same question
Okay,
that I have.
so this is what I'm blaming Sonny for, even though he has nothing to do with it. Did you know? No CAN, hastily scribbled down. No CAN means that you don't have the canal. Doesn't mean that you don't have the canoe. I know I landed the airship. I know I got in the canoe to get back into the ship. I understand. I mentally understand this. But in my head, I did not have the canoe. I had to go through the dock.
Brother! Brother!
Yeah,
Zenobia.
The airship without the canoe.
I know. All right.
Okay, I'm muting myself again. I'm gonna get in trouble.
All right. Meanwhile, Zenobian's having a lot of trouble with chaos. Crack took out previous party members. I think Slow 2 landed. He is sabering to the moon. Tier 4 has come out, I believe. And a miss. This is not looking too good for Zenobian. One hit 252, but that is not going to burn through Chaos's HP before the next Tier 4 comes out.
Unless Chaos goes super punchy.
As much as I like the Vorpal, when you get hit with a slow 2 or really not fasted, it is
not helpful in that case.
Let me check chat really quick. Yeah, I don't see Oslotto. No, Vorpal's better at this time.
Right, meanwhile, Kumo he's going to head down to the Lefane area to pick up his key from the old man. Meanwhile, Zenobian, coming a little angry, takes it out on Lich 2.
That's also going to take it out on Carry 2. Although that Carry 2 has a lot of Absorb.
And his Sleep Touch.
Yeah, Sleep Touch is also not fun.
Uses a different sort of Sleep Touch on the ninja. Kumo has his loot.
Uses Punch on the ninja. Puts the ninja to sleep.
I like these party adjustments. Putting that fight into slot 3 so that if he gets in trouble, he can at least maybe get that RNG loop.
Yeah, maybe try for that crit loop.
Kumo heading to Ordeals. A luck comes out. Tempering, sabering, locking. He's setting up for some offense. He, of course, is waiting for that Cure 4 to come out. Lightning 3 takes care of the Black Wizard. What's fortunate is that Fast was Red Wizard learnable, but it landed on the ninja anyway. Big hit from that Vorpal. More evasion. Let's bring up that Black Wizard. Can take a punch in the face as good as anyone.
Vorpal can actually give a big hit. There's that Cure 4 on Chaos. Let's burn him down.
Yep.
Getting some lock out. I like that.
As do I. 4 hits, 547 from that Vorpal. 5 hits, 11-23. Look at that Vorpal go. Morlocks. Chaos is not going to be dodging anything. He's going to be casting Inferno instead.
And GG's in chat for Zenobian.
All right, finishing with the official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 15 minutes, 38 seconds. So we have not heard from them in the race room whether they're going to do any interviews.
And meanwhile, now Kumo. Kumo in Ordeals. I don't remember what we had in Ordeals.
I believe it was the Ruby. No, it was a TNT, just like I said.
TNT. And a light axe.
And Furgators and Arcaribs, which are really annoying.
Yeah.
You got to appreciate Kumo sticking it out here.
Well, there's always points to be had.
It was stated in chat that I believe the finals were set, but I do not know who is going to be in the finals.
If Kumo forfeits, then it changes who's in the finals.
That is highly motivating to finish.
Yes, highly motivating to finish the seed out.
In fact, he is going to finish this seed out with the finals on the line. He definitely is. Found his Saberbonk.
Gonna go down and turn that herb in at the Elf Doctor.
Or he's gotten. Yep, he's turning in. Oh, no, he doesn't have the herb.
The herb.
I have long forgotten where the herb was, if anyone in the chat remembers.
Don't know if I ever found it. There was a spoiler for, or a hint for something in OnRack. Yeah.
I think it was TNT turn in.
Yeah, I believe that was the Rue stick, which is very nice to have, but not essential.
Well, and there were defense swords for sale if you really needed it.
That is quite true. In fact, I think I saw you go on a ribbon and flame shield buying spree once you had some money.
I went on a ribbon hunt, but I think I may have bought a flame shield.
So while Kumo is basically going to finish off the seed to get himself in the finals, what were your thoughts on this and Sunflash's mental impacts on your taking?
Nah, it was actually a really fun seed. I was expecting more to be randomized than was, because with the tri-state going on, you never know. And wait a minute, all main areas are vanilla, so that means everything's vanilla. And then I got down to Elfland, and Elfland wasn't vanilla. So it was just town shuffle.
Now, what were your thoughts knowing that a whole bunch of things were tri-stated? Some teams didn't even, some members of some teams weren't going to even practice because it wasn't going to be the same on race day.
I honestly I have not practiced these flags. I knew it was going to be just random enough that you really couldn't. I've played enough other seeds throughout the week of just random things. But
Yeah.
for this particular flag set, it's like, okay, well I can't practice looking for shards, or is it a black belt seed or a fighter seed, or it kind of just depends on what you get.
What were your thoughts knowing that the race crew did not get a chance to look at the blur scenes on your party selection?
Oh, I don't remember what all the blessings were. They were, I took party members simply for the key items.
Okay, so they
that
were
makes
key
sense.
items. We were pretty sure, but
Yeah. Let me. I think I got this pulled up here really quick. That one, and it's that one. So the fighter had adamant, thief had tail, black belt had the herb, the red mage had the slab, white mage had the cube, and the black mage had the chime. So I took chime, cube, tail, and adamant. That's what I took. Otherwise, none of it really mattered. Thief had plus 800 gold. Fighter had clean magic, which I guess I forgot I could use that. Black belt had resist fire and time. Red mage had hurt undead. White mage had heal plus magic, and black mage had equip gauntlet and helmet. So nothing really pushing anyway. So it was all key item based.
We didn't see it, and it was a fairly standard party, so it was like, I wonder what did these choices. You know, Kumo takes down some metal slimes, gets a nice chunk of experience, and he's going to grind a little on these.
I mean, it's
I honestly
not unreasonable.
don't blame anyone for taking a red mage over the white, but knowing that spellcrafter was a possibility and harmate is a possibility.
Yes, indeed. In fact, that was one of the first things that I know I was looking at is, okay, what is it going to be? Is it going to be spellcrafter or not?
Right.
We didn't spoil the spells either.
Well, I guess the one training, if you want to call that, we did in our group chat, our team chat, we had pictures of the different maps, knowing okay, is River to Melmond on, or is the Highway to Ordeals, what to look for. So the first thing I did, map check. Okay,
Right.
only River to Melmond's on. We're good.
And Sunflash Room in chat making a very good point. He just has to finish. He wants to make it as painless as possible.
Yes.
Yes, getting a few levels, making sure it isn't too bad. He doesn't know that it's short Topher yet, but he knows that it's possible.
He also knows that long Topher is possible.
He is pulling up to Kraken 1. And he's remembering the heal magic the white mage had. Which, I'll be honest, when I play, I always forget about those bonus magics. Or at least 95% of the time it will be like, oh, I could have been using this all seed.
I saw the
I
spell level,
those
but
two.
yeah.
And one thing we did find out is that Improved Dark apparently is on. I think it was actually Kumo that found out. So fortunately, ink does not land on anyone. Lamp was level 6. Getting some evasion, swing from that Masa, 4 hits, 305. His 2 comes out. 2 hits, 2 damage from what looks like a dragon sword. Did you find that coral sword? Now I'm curious because that would do wonders against Kraken, but so do Masas.
Yeah, Masa. Masa solves a lot of problems. That Masa solves a whole lot of problems.
Now, forget if you saw the Vorpal, Jay Scheidel.
Yeah, I swung it at the end. You guys are
Yeah,
making
he
fun of
swung
me.
it. He was swinging it at Chaos.
Okay, it's just, that shows how good my memory is this evening. I mean,
Classic, classic buddy, pal, friend.
Because with fast
I
and
don't
a, and
remember
a
what.
saber gauntlet.
Do we need to make you take a medical break, pal?
I mean, that's a fair question. You talk like I forgot that Dr. Ood had the vanilla rod after 2 minutes.
And Kumo about to head into Topher.
I mean, I'm not talking too much trash. I've lost half of these key items tonight, so.
We'll see which way. Ooh, wrong way.
Hard mode it is. Let's go.
Dragon Sword will do a nice number against Tia.
Am I just weird that I always instinctively go right here?
Yes.
I mean, okay. Well, that means we have weird comms night because I do that too.
I mean, you could have just stopped on the first like 3 words of that.
It's true, I could have.
Jay. Jay,
No.
just because you're in here with me doesn't make it weird comms night by default, alright?
You know I know
I'm in
where
here
you
too.
live.
See if I invite you for dinner again.
Yeah, I'll see you at lunch tomorrow. Jerk.
Oh.
That time.
Meanwhile, there's a Tia too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, there's a Tia too. That booth wed. That booth when 3 of the people in the booth live within a 50-mile radius.
None of them being me.
Oh, goodness.
In seriousness, though, many congratulations, Scheidel. Great job.
Yeah, lucky punk. Sorry.
Yes, GG's.
I gotta give kudos to Kumo, because I don't know that I would have been willing after the fiasco with the shuffled NPCs. By the time I figured that out, I probably would have raged quit myself. I just been like, nope, I ain't even gonna try at that point. So,
Well, but knowing that all you have to do is finish the seed and you're in the finals.
I mean, fair. I've never known that experience, so maybe that would make a difference. I can't tell.
I mean, I've never had an experience like that either. Knowing that all I have to do is finish, and knowing that I actually have a chance to win anything, I have no idea what that's like.
I'm usually too stubborn to quit most seeds anyway. Again, I'm not wasting them. Lots of evasion out as soon as Kumo sees Kraken 2, realizes, this probably wasn't the way to go. Good hit from that Masa. That was even before fast.
Yeah, I didn't know if both fiends, like what it would be. So even though I saw Tia first, I'm like, okay, Lich has to be on the other side. And then it wasn't Lich.
To be fair, I think almost everyone's made that mistake, or everyone has. It's just like, yeah, let's go left. Okay. Tia, maybe it'll be
Yeah.
Lich. Nope.
We'll go through it and we'll see, because I don't know, a Tia and a Lich just feels better than a Kraken and a carry.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels better.
It seems better to me because I have had many bad experiences with hard-hitting carry 1s and 2s.
Mm-hmm. Like Carrie's low key the gatekeep in some seeds.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. A dodgy, punchy carry. A dodgy, punchy carry is really hard to deal with.
And again, not knowing that it was vanilla, whatever, scripts or whatnot, I've seen Carrie roll nuke way too many times for my liking.
Well, you know.
Kumo gets through Kraken 2 and Tia 2. And pulls a chaos at 130.58.
Already.
Let's go, Kumo.
Good Vince. Fast, like it.
And I think Kumo has figured out that it's vanilla boss scripts and is gonna just buff until and is very likely gonna buff until a Pure 4 comes out.
As soon as you say that, he casts nuke.
I could be wrong.
Commentator's curse, one way or another.
I saw the cure for it. I'm like, I'm glad all I've done so far is buffed. I didn't know.
Oh, no,
Well, I
the
mean, you
vanilla
saw
scripts
vanilla
are punchy.
script one.
Okay, but you're assuming he has the scripts memory. I guarantee you he has no idea.
Oh, I guarantee you right now that it's randomized, even if it's a vanilla. It's been. No, I think it's been at least 10 years since I played fully vanilla.
I think at one of the, I don't remember what flag sets I was playing, but someone at one point said, oh yeah, be careful, it's vanilla ordeals maze. And I'm like, that doesn't mean you change the damn thing for me, dude. I've never known vanilla. It's all randomized.
No, I had to learn for this. I learned it on here. I'm like, oh, it's all the bottoms. It's always the lowest one. So it's pillar 3 and all the bottoms.
Boy.
That was in my notes in case it came up.
Excuse me. Have we seen the Cure 4? Well, there's the slow
There's
2,
Slow
so
2,
we're like...
Slow 2, which was right before it.
Yeah.
So Vanilla Chaos has nuke, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yes. One of the last. It's toward the end of the.
Because that was the only thing I was clinched on.
And of course, Vanilla Chaos also has Inferno, Swirl, Tornado.
All the ugly stuff.
All the really ugly stuff.
Yeah, vanilla scripts on Chaos are really unpleasant.
Almost like he's a final boss or some such nonsense.
Yeah.
Yep. Dragon Sword, 1 damage. Fight Axe, 45 damage. We need to get that Masa going.
We need to get that Masa online. That's 928.
There we go. That's better.
That's online. And another temper on top of it.
That is 1 well-tempered Masa.
Just say no to crack, kids. Ribbons will do that for you. There's 711.
That's
More
what-
tempers.
Which I think, Jay, we did see that out of you. 3 hits, 600 something damage. That Masa is putting in some work.
And 2 for 505. And there's Inferno, which doesn't advance the spell counter.
Masa's putting in work, but my Vorpal hit for 4 hits for 700.
That is very true, now that you mention it.
That's determination.
All right, get your GG's out in the chat.
No one tell Oslato that I'm defending the Vorpal, please.
Well, it depends. What's going to show up on my doorstep in the next 20 minutes? I take bribes in the nature of 12 packs, 24 packs.
All right.
GG's.
Yeah, we're joined in the chat by Kumo. GG's.
So whoever swapped the NPCs is a
Right?
Yes.
That would be Sunflash.
Yeah. It's
Wait,
Sunny.
crap! I am to blame. Good night, everybody. I'm closing the stream.
We'll blame Woo Bear. Woo made the seed. The flag set.
Yeah,
I was sitting there for 30 minutes, like, what the hell did I miss? And then
I
was like,
mean-
wait a minute.
I told everyone else, but like, kudos for not rage quitting like I wanted to, or like I would have wanted to, because that's, ugh.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
here I thought the bridge to Lefane was like, oh, it's probably Lefane. No. And then I was like, did I miss a chest? I checked all the chests again. Yeah, it was bad. It was
And I forget who said it in chat, but the Un and the Elf Doctor do look remarkably
they look
similar.
very similar.
So
I actually thought I had the herb, so that's really the reason why I went in there. I knew the NPC shuffle was on, but I legit thought I had the herb.
Where did Bahamut land? I can't remember.
Melmond.
Melmon.
Well,
And it was a fight. I don't remember if it was buffed. It felt buffed, but
I think the consensus was probably buffed, but by the time
it either
everyone,
rolled pretty high normal or low. Yeah.
by the time everyone got to it, everyone was geared up enough to make it a little iffy either way.
yeah.
Well, that's the only problem I have with the damn seed. So,
Yeah, Mecklen's gonna be disappointed that was the only curveball I could throw in the mix, but oh well.
Honestly, enough being vanilla, I think was a curveball enough. We had geared up so much for having all these tri-states and all this randomization. It's like, it's gonna be great, and it's like, this is vanilla. This is vanilla. This is vanilla.
Yeah.
And there's my excuse for forgetting that Sarda had the right after 2 minutes. It was vanilla. This surely wouldn't be vanilla. If I paid attention, I'll have the vorpal. I cannot forgive myself for that one, but at least I have an excuse for forgetting Sarda.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
So someone in chat can point us out who is actually going into the finals, because Shanigan said just needed Jay to not finish first, which you did, so
I am not sold on it because I'm not quite figured out on it, but I do think that it is.
I think it's probably Trash Island and Merry Band, given that
Yes.
it's Shidell finished first and Kumo didn't forfeit from what was in chat.
Mhm.
Or that Shidell finished first, rather, and
That
that
sounds
Kumo
about right.
didn't forfeit.
I have not paid enough attention to be able to
I
tell
have
you.
not been paying enough attention.
yeah, that
Jinx!
makes the entire crew this evening. So check your announcements for who is announced to be racing tomorrow.
Who's going to be racing finals?
We know there is a channel on the FFR Discord that has all that information, but I'll give you which one we checked at the last second as we all went, oh wait, we need to do a restream for it.
Right.
Well, that being said, I have things I need to catch up on before this evening. So I'm going to hijack things a little bit. Classic, final thoughts?
All right. Well, thank you to all of our racers for putting on a great show. Thank you to my co-com DM Stewart and Sunflash. Shout outs to you for restreaming and tracking 4 racers. That is not easy.
I'm going to say thank you and move along and not mention Sard again. No, thanks.
I appreciate that.
Jay.
I forgot about Sard in 2 minutes anyway.
Jay, final thoughts.
Okay. So get all the thank you, guys, everyone for the crew. Sorry, Sonny, for pinging you like an hour and a half ago saying, "Hey, get on stream. They need help." But thank you so much for all of it. Thank you for the comms. And I'm going to take off Racer Hat, put on Admin Hat for half a second, and say, for anyone listening, please remember that we do have our FFR Rando Marathon coming up really soon. So our, wow, I just lost my words. Submissions for it end on November 2nd. So any randomizer that you play, feel free to submit it. It's all in support of the South Carolina Firefighters Burn Children's Fund. Words are not working, but thank you.
And Kumo, final thoughts.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying the stream. All the commentators and the restream and RPG Limit Break for allowing me to use this channel. You guys are amazing. Appreciate you all.
And finally, because they asked for the outro, I believe, DM, final thoughts.
This was a whole lot of fun. This was a weird flag set.
I don't like it.
Thank you to all of our runners. Thank you to everyone who's been involved in the Fall League. Thank you to the Final Fantasy I randomizer community. It's a great welcoming community. In addition to the marathon, every week we have a new player, a vetted and curated new player seed that is specifically for players that are new to the randomizer. We also have coming up after the first of the year the Duckling Boot Camp, which is a program for the new players that leads into our Duckling Derby, which is a tournament specifically for newer players. This is a great community. We're happy to help. We're happy to teach you the randomizer, teach you how to good runners will teach you how to beat them, and I will too. Congratulations to all of our players. Congratulations to both teams that are making the finals. Keep an eye out for that final stream. We'll have that coming up soon when we figure out a time that everyone can do it. On behalf of myself, on behalf of Classic Gamer 76, my partner in the booth, Sunflash Rune, who is restreaming and tracking, on behalf of the FF1 randomizer community, and on behalf of the RPG Limit Break community, I have been DM Stewart 1991. Good night, everybody.